When your dog licks your face, do you actually know what they are trying to tell you? But if you have ever looked into your dog's eyes in that moment, that soft, searching, completely devoted look, and wondered what is really happening, the answer is far more extraordinary than you have been told. And once you understand what science has actually uncovered about this behavior, you will never experience it the same way again. 1. Licking is not simply affection. That is the surface explanation, and it is incomplete. When a puppy is born, the first thing their mother does is lick them. She licks to stimulate breathing, she licks to clean them, she licks to communicate safety and presence in those first critical moments of life. That behavior does not disappear. It becomes a language. Researchers studying canine communication have consistently found that licking is one of the most socially loaded behaviors in a dog's entire repertoire. It carries meaning about hierarchy, about stress, about bonding, and about specific emotional states that your dog has no other way to express. When your dog licks your face, they are not doing something random. They are reaching for a form of communication that goes back thousands of generations. 2. Your dog is reading your face first, then responding to it. Remember what we know about how dogs evolved specifically to read human facial expressions. The ability to distinguish happy from anxious from grieving. Your dog does not simply walk up and lick you without first scanning your face for information. Studies of dog behavior have shown that dogs approach their owners differently depending on the emotional signals they detect. A dog approaching a relaxed owner moves differently than a dog approaching someone who is tense or sad. The lick that follows is not disconnected from that reading. It is a direct response to it. Your dog assessed how you were feeling and then made a deliberate decision about how to engage with you. That is not instinct running blindly. That is social intelligence operating in real time. 3. When your dog licks you, they are also taking information in. A dog's sense of smell is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. And licking is not just output, it is input. The surface of your skin carries an enormous amount of biochemical data. Your cortisol levels, your blood sugar, the hormonal shifts that follow stress, illness, or even subtle emotional changes you have not yet consciously registered. When your dog licks your hand or your face, part of what is happening is a detailed chemical scan. But every dog, trained or not, is running a version of that process every time they make contact. They are not just expressing something. They are learning something. They are checking on you in the only way their biology allows. 4. Licking triggers a neurochemical response in both of you. This is the part most people never consider. In 2015, research published in the journal Science confirmed that mutual gazing between dogs and their owners produced a measurable rise in oxytocin in both the human and the dog, the same bonding hormone that flourishes between caregiver and infant. Physical contact and affectionate interaction between bonded dogs and their owners produces the same effect. Let that sit for a moment. When your dog licks your face, their brain is releasing bonding chemistry. And your brain, without you doing anything at all, releases it too. This is not pet owners projecting emotion onto animals. This is a documented biological loop. Your dog initiates it, your body completes it, and neither of you see and stop it because it is not a choice. It is chemistry built across 15,000 years of shared evolution. 5. Licking is also an appeasement behavior, and knowing the difference matters. Not every lick is the same. There are licks driven by bonding, and there are licks driven by anxiety. When a dog is feeling stressed, uncertain, or overwhelmed, they will often lick the face or hands of a nearby human as a calming signal. Licking is one of the primary ones. If your dog licks you in a sustained, almost compulsive way, particularly when there is something new or loud in the environment, that is not affection. That is your dog telling you they are not okay. The eyes will look different, the body will be lower, tighter, and the lick will feel different too, more urgent, less relaxed. Learning to read which kind of lick you are receiving is one of the most useful things you can do as an owner. 6. Your scent is why your face specifically matters. You have probably noticed that your dog goes for your face, your hands, and sometimes the inside of your wrist. These are not random targets. The face and hands carry the highest concentration of your personal scent markers. Research from Emory University found that of all the scents presented to dogs during neuroimaging studies, only the owner's scent activated the reward center of the brain, the region associated with pleasure, love, and positive anticipation. Specifically you. When your dog pushes toward your face and licks you, part of what is driving that behavior is a deep, biological pull toward the scent that their brain is already wired to reward. You are, neurochemically speaking, the most compelling thing in the room, and your face is where that scent is strongest. 7. Puppies lick to ask for food and your dog remembers. In wild canid behavior, young puppies lick the mouths of adult pack members returning from a hunt. This triggers regurgitation and the pup gets fed. That behavior is ancient. The mouth-directed licking behavior persists into adulthood because it became associated with something far beyond food. It became a greeting, a request for attention and connection, a way of saying, you were gone and now you are back. And that matters to me. The first lick when you walk through the door is not random excitement. It is a behavior that evolved to signal reunion, to reestablish contact, and to confirm that the bond is still intact. Your dog is checking that you are still theirs and that they are still yours. 8. Some dogs lick more than others, and the reason is worth understanding. Dogs who were handled gently and consistently from a young age tend to be more physically expressive. Dogs who experienced inconsistent care may lick compulsively as a self-soothing mechanism. And some dogs simply have owners who responded positively to licking early on, which reinforced the behavior over time. If your dog licks you constantly to the point where it feels overwhelming, that is worth paying attention to. Not because something is necessarily wrong, but because the frequency itself is a signal. High-frequency licking almost always indicates elevated emotional need, whether that is love, anxiety, or something in between. 9. Licking releases stress hormones in your dog. This is one of the most overlooked pieces of the science. The act of licking stimulates the production of endorphins in the dog performing it. It is self-reinforcing not just socially, but biochemically. A dog who licks you when you come home is partly releasing the tension that built up during your absence. The reunion lick is, in part, a physiological release. Your dog held that stress in their body for hours. And the moment you walked through the door, the licking began. That is not just happiness, that is relief, chemical and total. 10. When your dog stops licking you, pay attention. A dog who was consistently affectionate and suddenly becomes less physically engaged is communicating something. It may be physical discomfort. Older dogs who are in pain often withdraw from physical contact because movement and touch have become associated with discomfort. It may be emotional. A significant change in routine, a new person or animal in the home, or a disruption in the bond can cause a dog to pull back. If something has changed and your dog has gone quiet in this particular way, a visit to your vet is always the right first step. 11. What your dog sees when they look at you before that lick is the whole story. That pause before they come toward you, that soft, searching look with the slightly tilted head and the slow blink. That is not your dog being cute, though they are. That is your dog actively processing your emotional state, reading your face with a precision built across 15,000 years, and deciding how to reach you. The scruffy, soulful-eyed dog who pads over slowly, who rests their chin on your knee and then looks up before they lick your hand, is not performing affection. They are practicing it in the most biologically exact and emotionally sincere way available to them. They evolved to find you. They evolved to read you. And the lick is how they close the distance. Your dog does not have words. They do not have the ability to say, I missed you, or I can tell something is wrong, or I am here and I am not going anywhere. But they have 15,000 years of evolved biology pointing them directly toward you every single time. The lick is not small. It never was. It is the closest thing your dog has to language, and they are using it to say the one thing their entire existence was built around. They see you. And to them, that is everything.